Hello there, my name is Richard. I like to talk about animation, and today I'd like to do a small segment I like to call Forgotten Cartoons. Now, this segment does have rules. Rule number one, had to be sort of a 2 season or 3 season type of show who got cancelled, or a show could be very popular but got forgotten, or even the show would be so popular but not here in the Western United States. Of course, also depends of sort of the subject matter I talk. I would change my rules. And today we do something very unique. Okay, how many of you heard of Blood Bunny? If you did, you know, but you didn't, I'll be not that surprised because Blood Bunny is a very unique cartoon falling into a very unique situation that Blood Bunny is never meant to be a fully cartoon. It's meant to be sort of a merchandise machine because the company who made it is Two Spot. Two Spot are just so well company in Thailand that specifically create characters for merchandise purposes only. And that's just sort of interesting because the main goal is to sell all the merchandise they can of the characters. But the only way to do this is create a very interesting, good looking character. And believe me, that itself is really hard. This is the reason when you look up the website of Two Spot, they have made about 2,000 characters. Only 4 characters are probably the most recognizable besides Blood Bunny. In fact, you have 3 more other characters called P2, the panda, Unsleep Sheep, the sheep can't sleep, and Biscuit, the nice kitty. But all 3 or 4 main characters, Blood Bunny is probably the most popular one because the design. I mean, the first time you see Blood Bunny, you see her character just so simplistic, but also that have that attitude and that sort of roughness that's sort of hard to do in any character design. Because when you make a cartoon, or at least just a character design, the mind is what is the personality? What is this character trying to grab your attention? Because you have a great character design, basically finished 70% of the project because when this character starts in the animation, you get where it actually come from. You understand the backstory, why insane single work, and that's sort of hard to do. Now, it makes Blood Bunnies more interesting is the multiple web series the creators made for this character. None of them actually continue on where left the last web series because Blood Bunny doesn't really have a core identity. What I mean is there only 2 things or 3 things, depends on which version you see, stays the same. One, Blood Bunny is a bunny doll who actually want revenge what he did to her and her sibling, and now they're taking vengeance. That's the only few things you know about Blood Bunny of all the different continuity. Like the first Blood Bunny 2008, that is not really finished. I don't know why. Maybe they did finish in Thailand, but in online on YouTube, they only have a few episodes. And also, it sort of starts what I said at the very beginning. The Blood Bunny herself was supposed to be human, escape about this factory, and the henchmen Slicer and Dicer and leave her for basically dead. But unfortunately, her soul got stuck to a toy doll, now awoken, taking vengeance what they did to her and her little brother, who actually held her in her hand as a also another toy doll. And that's basically what the first version really is. Now, this version is not the best, but you understand the theme and the thing they're trying to do with the character. In fact, the next version, Blood Bunny First Blood or Blood Bunny 2012, is the one that everybody kind of knows and loves because this is a version they actually give so much money. It's something that I highly recommend. While all the different versions I'm about to talk about, watch only one, this one, because this is defines what Blood Bunny everybody sort of remembers because it's so fast, so quick, and it doesn't have a single dialogue. And also, the animation is just mind blowing because at certain points you don't know this is CGI or 2D. In fact, people are just amazed how well blended both animation styles work so well. Even though it's sort of a minimum of 12 minutes, this whole miniseries is really that long, you just intrigued and a little disturbed what Blood Bunny does to her enemies and what her take her vengeance. But this is a point they start to change their lore, because this is a point they starting changing things. Like the first one in 2008, they don't have explanation. You just know evil dolls came alive taking vengeance. This one try to give more information while saying a single word. Basically, there are basically five different generals who attempted to slice and dice Blood Bunny, and now she wants to attack them and take the vengeance what they did to him. But of course, this is the near future or far future, in other words. But the one of the biggest changes is Blood Bunny's sibling. That now is a she. The first version was a he. In fact, this is not the first time or the last time they changed sex of the characters. Now that's the next version called Blood Bunny Don't Be My Enemy in 2014. And this one, like the last few one, there is a web series only lasts to 1 to 2 minutes, but this one lasts about 23 episodes. Each episode is just a minute long and sort of kind of explore the siblings, how they feel. But interesting enough, this version, Blood Bunny herself changed sex to a girl, and her little sister became his little brother. And now they going to place, find the people who basically murdered their family and them, but a very comedic way. But it's also the first time Blood Bunny actually talks. And I have to say, this miniseries is pretty funny. Of course, I have to admit, not every joke lands, but it works because you have more time to understand Blood Bunny and her little brother sort of relationship. The reason why they're doing it, but also not taking it that serious. But once again, this one was quite different than the last one because the animation became more flat. They don't use CGI. It just let the action speak for itself in comedic moments. Now, the last one called Iapon crossing over with Blood Bunny 2008. Now, this was probably the most different web series than the rest because this whole miniseries was basically rechanged and retold the most because Blood Bunny herself became a little bit different. She kept her personality, but her backstory were completely changed. In this version, she's basically a warrior goddess who protected a human race until she was challenged by the evil vampire prince who wanted to defeat her so he could take over the world. But unfortunately, both of them were equally in strength and self-defeated. Only way to survive, they transferred their own souls to toys till the time they find someone who is a goddess who actually can sing and reawaken them and figure out to get out of this sort of cursed body as dolls. Now, in modern times, they have a pop star who can sing like a goddess who will reawaken them. And now they start the fight where left off over 400 years later. Now, this one was probably the most different and unique because they attempted not to be that violent. It's still sort of stylish, but they feel sort of portray what a lot of people thought Blood Bunny really was, sort of adult, violent, gory type of character. And they sort of removed the gore. That's when I feel a little bit kind of soft. I guess they want to get this to a younger market to see if everybody was interesting, especially this sort of crossover with Aiko, that she was basically the main lead of this 5-episode miniseries, and usually it's more about her than Blood Bunny. In fact, the whole series trying to convey the relationship of Blood Bunny and Aiko, how they really are good friends. But the only problem is it's just 5 episodes. Each episode lasted 5 minutes, so we say about 25 minutes in total. But that wasn't enough to define their friendship because they tried to give you a sort of emotion. In fact, this miniseries was more like a music video with Blood Bunny just doing action, and that's basically it. It wasn't totally bad. It's something if depends on you how you felt about this version. Of course, there is one more, but that's something I don't really need to talk about much. It's basically Blood Bunny the video game 2021. Now, this is basically only from the Switch Nintendo. It's sort of like an independent video game from the company Two Spot. Now, the whole game is basically a hack and slash platformer, but very basic. Of course, the game doesn't cost that much, it's $10. But this storyline is basically the same storyline you watch of Blood Bunny 2012. In fact, they have the similar same cutscenes. The only problem is never add that much why and what the things actually happen of their world. It just didn't add anything unique about it. It's all about if you like Blood Bunny, you may like the game, but the only problem is the game is sort of kind of mediocre or very basic. It's something that is sort of if you're a fan or at least curious, you just spend $10. Of course, possibly BloodyBunny will probably appear in Steam if you want to wait. But all of that, that's all you can say about this Ashley franchise. It's one of those that I really want a movie or real TV series about Blood Bunny because it screams they need a tell the backstory of this character to understand her emotions and her anger. In fact, this could be easily a Samurai Jack sort of situation. You just need to have a really good budget. He also have a really good director and writer to understand and fully develop the characters because this character has so much potential to be so much more. Each different version you could see, yeah, this has so much potential, but again, it's because Two Spot is a very small company. They don't make that much money, so I can see why they probably hesitate to actually give so much money, so much faith for their main lead character. But I don't know about you, how you feel about Blood Bunny. You like it, you hate it? Tell me down below, let me know. I got nothing else to say, just thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.